2 of 3 school districts in Tippecanoe County will change their quarantine guidelines when it comes to COVID-19. This comes as the governor issued a new executive order allowing schools to change them if a mask mandate is in place. I talked with one superintendent about how this will help students stay in school and the county health officer about how this could affect case numbers. In a new executive order issued by Governor Eric Holcomb, quarantine requirements for students can be eased if school districts have mask mandates.
The difference will be the number of children and adults who have to quarantine when we have a positive situation.
Basically, students and staff won't have to quarantine if they were in direct contact with someone who tested positive in a classroom setting if everyone was masked. This change in guidance is something both TSC and LSC will be moving forward with.
Hopefully, it will keep many more students in our schools and have the opportunity to continue their academics in person.
In a statement to News 18, the Tippecanoe School Corporation said, quote, "This change is a welcome relief and recognizes what we have seen in terms of spread in the classroom. Last school year, very few students placed on quarantine ended up testing positive," end quote. According to Tippecanoe County Health Officer Dr. Jeremy Adler, that statement is true.
We observed last year when obviously masks were mandated in all the schools was that there was a fairly low rate of quarantined students testing positive for COVID-19 during their quarantine.
Dr. Adler said that in 2020, there were a total of 256 cases out of 11,000 students quarantined over the year. However, he does have his concerns about this decision.
Without quarantine, we may see more asymptomatic or pre-symptomatic transmission within classrooms and see more cases. We'll have to watch the data closely to see if that happens.
Another concern is that the Delta variant is more transmissible. Adler says the COVID-19 strain that was dominant wasn't as contagious. On average, one person would infect 1 to 2 other people. However, when it comes to the Delta variant, the average person spread it anywhere from 8 to 9 people, which is why Adler says it's important people understand these guidelines correctly.
It's important to remember that this order from the governor and the State Department of Health only applies to classrooms, not to other settings, and not even to other settings within schools, just to classrooms.
The West Lafayette Community School Corporation hasn't made a decision yet on if they will change their quarantine guidelines. A meeting is scheduled tomorrow with board representatives, school administration, school nurses, and physicians who advise the district. After a discussion, the school will decide how to move forward.